Hi guys, welcome to Virtually Creative Spring Session 2021. I'm Jess Hill, your instructor at the Emma Darnell Aviation Museum and Conference Center. We are so excited to bring you our virtual programming that you can enjoy from the comfort of your own home. All right, so today we are doing some Gelli Plate printing. Hopefully you guys have your Gelli plates already. Don't ignore mine, it's a little messy, but we're gonna work with it. All right, so today we are going to be doing a couple different steps. Hopefully we can get it all into this one little session. All right, so today we are going to be doing, the first thing is magazine printing. So I found out that Gelli plates will do image transfers. So I've clipped a couple of magazine images. I already did one. I saw this Hollywood sign, I thought it was really cute. And I just wanted to see if it'll pick up the text, and look at there. It's not the most clear, but I can see text down here. I can see the text here. You kind of lose like the mountain sky aspect, but if I selectively printed there, then you might not lose it. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna pick a color. Let's see, I got different magazines too. I got the Statue of Liberty. I thought that was pretty awesome. I wanted to see what faces would be like, so I got two faces and text. So there's text on this page, so we'll just use that text. All right, so let's see, what color? Let's see, Statue of Liberty. I'm gonna see if I can mix like a nice, I don't know, greenish, bluish color, I don't know. Let's see, put a little lime green on. Maybe a dash of lime green. Oh, let me lower the camera, that would help. All right, so I put a little bit of lime green, set that to the side. I'm going to get, I need to find some, maybe this blue. Just a small bit of blue, because this is an ultramarine blue, so it's a little dark. Just a dash of that. And then I think I'm gonna find a white to kind of make it a little bit more pale, like the Statue of Liberty. And then I'm just going to see what these colors will mix into. I'm just gonna see. Okay, so as you can see, where I put that blue, it's really sticking there, which is a little annoying, but what can you do because it's on there? All right, so I got some kind of green. Now, I've put my acrylic paint on my Gelli plate. Now what I'm going to do is take my image and I'm gonna turn it face down. So whatever side that you want to print, that needs to be what comes in contact with your acrylic ink, paint. All right, so I'm just gonna lay that down. Rub it in. Okay. And once I feel good about that, I'm gonna slowly peel up the image. All right. Now I'm gonna get a clean sheet of white paper, and then I'm going to be picking up what was left. And you kind of want to move a little fast during the process because you are picking up 2 times off of one layer. All right, so this one, it's not as perfect. I can see a little something happening, and maybe it's just the nature of this image, but this one did not turn out well. All I can really make out is a little bit of the gown. And that's really it. I don't even see much of the skyscrapers up at the top. So that was a little bit of a letdown. So I'm gonna try it again. All right, this time I'm gonna do a face. So I'm going to get, well, let's see what a little bit of gold does. All right, just put a little bit on. I'm gonna try and clean off this. I'm just gonna grab my brayer and then just roll off as much of the green as I can on a scrap sheet of paper. All right, it's not all the way off, but I think it's off enough that I can keep moving. All right, so I've got my gold. I'm gonna roll that out to get a nice even layer. And I think I'm gonna add more because that's a pretty thin layer, and I wanna make sure I'm putting enough on for the 2 times that I'm gonna pick up ink. All right, that looks like that's gonna be enough. Now remember, you don't want too much, but you definitely don't want too little as well. All right. So I've laid that down. I'm gonna find Zendaya. She's right here. And I'm going to do my best. Actually, I think I might. No, I'm just gonna leave it as one color. I'll try it 2 colors on the next print. All right, so I'm just laying that down. I'm gonna rub it in. Hopefully her face will come out of this image. All right, I'm peeling it up. Now let's see. Let's see. Okay, you can't really see it, but you can kind of sort of see it. I think I should use a dark color. I think a darker color will help me figure out what's going on. So let me I'm gonna come in with some black and see what that will do. Okay, I'm getting as even a coat of black as I can. It's not going to be perfect. All right. All right, now I'm gonna try this face. This is on a slightly less glossy paper. I think the glossier, the better. So, I don't know, we'll see how this one comes out. Face down, rubbing it in. All right, feel like I've got it down. I'm gonna lift. Okay, this one looks a little bit better. I see more elements. I don't see the face, but I see more elements of the image. That's a small sheet. Okay. All right, gave that a good rub. Now I'm gonna peel it. Okay, and I lost even more. I do have a good amount of text down there, but I don't see her face at all. The swirly thing you do see, but again, you just lose a lot. So I'm gonna move on from this technique. I'm gonna go and find some more pieces to try, some more magazine pieces, but I'm gonna give that a break for now. So as you can see, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's kind of hard. I haven't found that sweet spot for, you know, getting it right every time yet. All right, so that was the first thing. Second thing I was gonna do, other than the image transfers, I'm gonna slide my plate to the side, so get that out the way, was to show you this fabric that I printed on. All right, and I used a stencil, I used some bubble wrap, I even went on top of it afterwards with a little bit of Sharpie, it was like a Sharpie or a what is it, India ink pen. So, and I used the India ink for the little lines, like the outside, the outline, I should say. So that's one side that I did using the Gelli plate. And here is the other side. And I just thought it was really beautiful. The colors, the fact that it just shows up so well. I just think it's so lovely. I used some mandala stencils for these. It just turned out really well. I love the color. I love the blending of colors. So that is what I will demo next. So I have a light colored fabric and I have a dark colored fabric. Now I have not tried it on dark color. I just figured, you know, might as well try it out and see how it goes. But I do have, and what these fabrics were supposed to be for, I was gonna make my kids some aprons. We do a lot of arts and crafts, so I was gonna just sew them up something because the one we have is just, it's just on its last leg, seriously. So I have some stencils. I have my daughter, her first letter, the letter of her first name. Oh goodness, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Her name starts with an A. And then let's see. I was gonna try and find an S for my son. Let's see. Sorry, I should have been a little bit more prepared already, but this is right after the class ended. I just wanted to go ahead and make sure I got the video to you guys. Let's see. S, so I have the S there. Alrighty. All right, so let me pop that out. All right. So let me see what I'm gonna do first. I'm thinking I'm going to, let's see, gotta make sure I do it right. If I do it like that. And with stencils and lettering, you have to be careful how you put the word on. This is printmaking. So when you're printmaking, if you're writing something down, you're going to get the reverse of that. So let me show you what I mean. So I'm just gonna get a little bit of black paint just to show you how it can be really difficult to scoot over, baby, in the light. Okay, you can come and look, but you were standing in the light. So this is me writing an S, right? So I'm writing the S exactly how I would write a regular S. So I'm gonna get this small sheet of paper, rub it. And as you can see, this S is backwards. So I've made many mistakes. And I don't know if it's gonna look like that to you, but for me, it's backwards, all right? So what you have to make sure you do is put your image down the wrong way, and then when you print, you'll get it the right way, right? And just to show you that, so I put the S on backwards. I write an S like this, but this is on here like that. So I'm gonna just flip over my plate so you can see it prints the reverse image. So if you turn it over, it'll be the right way. So that's a good way to check. All right, so I have laid this down and I am going to see what color ink I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use some blue. All right. Naima, could you hand me that down there, please? Okay. Thank you. You can just set it down. Thanks. All right, I'm just gonna put a little bit of blue out. And what I'm going to do is, sorry, I'm trying to keep things a little organized over here. What I'm gonna do is just start rolling it out. And I wanna get a nice, even coat. All right. All right, so now that I have some stuff on my thing, I'm gonna start rolling, and I'm gonna roll in different directions. Pick up a little bit more ink, go diagonal. All right, so once I think that I've got really good coverage on my stencil, I'm going to carefully pick up my stencil. All right, that looks really good. All right, and then I have some baby wipes or a damp paper towel or a cloth or washcloth that you don't mind getting messy. Just to wipe up the excess, because I don't want, well, actually that could have been cute. I don't know. Maybe for the next one, I'll leave that little excess on. All right, cleaning, cleaning, cleaning. And I don't think I got it perfect, but this should be good enough. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna move my paint out of the way and get my fabric ready. And I'm gonna try and center it as best as I can. Lay it down. And then rub. And I'm gonna take something like this and I'm just gonna push into it. All right, I think that's as good as it's gonna get. And pick it up, and there you have it. I can easily print on this shirt. Now I will say this print, I think because of how I was moving it, you can kind of see it started bleeding on the edges. I don't know if you can see that clear, but it's not as crisp and all the way around as it could be. So right here, it's just a little blurry. So you just want to be careful that, and this fabric is, it's not a cotton. Cotton is really the best fabric to print on. This one is more, I'm not a pro at fabrics, but I would say it's more chiffon-y type. It's like a flimsier kind of fabric. So the more flimsy fabric, the more possibility for movement. The more sturdy the fabric, the better off you are. And I wish I had like a thicker piece of like canvas or something so I could demo just the difference in fabrics. So that also is something to take into account. But there you can easily see that the Gelli Plate had no problems printing that out. Now, on to something that's a little bit more difficult. I want to see if I can print a lighter color. Let me see, I need to let that dry. I want to see if I can print a light color on a dark piece of fabric. And that might be wishful thinking, and I might just be getting ready to ruin this piece of fabric that I've already cut, but I really want to see how it shows up. So I'm gonna just take this S off of my plate. All right, and I'm gonna wipe just maybe one more time. All right, so now I'm gonna let that dry a little bit. Oh, here, I have a paper towel here. Speed up the process. All right, so I have the letter A, and I am going to go in with this color. I wanted to use an orange, but I have this lovely fluorescent pink, and that's another color that I've been obsessed with. It's so much fun. All right, so I'm just going to give it a squeeze. All right, and I'm gonna try and get my excess off of here because I want my brayer to be as clean as possible. So I'm just gonna get a scrap sheet and I'm just rubbing the excess off. And I want it to be as white when I roll as possible. All right. All right, so it's still, I guess that's about as good as it's gonna get over there. I just got it a little bit better. All right, so here I go. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do my best. Actually, let me just get this black paint out of the way because I feel like it's tempting me and it's gonna mess me up. Just put, okay, I just dropped my brayer. So give me 1 second, I'll get that. Put that in water. Let's see. All right. All right, here we go. Let's see what we can do. I'm gonna go ahead and just drag this down. Got some nice vibrant color already. It looks good. I'm just gonna go ahead and roll it out. And again, you're gonna do that in all directions to just make sure you're getting good coverage. I don't know if I'm putting enough on. This might not show up. I'm thinking I'm about to just mess up. But again, I'll just do it just so you guys can see what it's like. Actually, let me just go ahead and put a little bit more. It'll make me feel better by putting a little bit more on. All right, let me try that again. Just roll. And I'm really putting a lot of ink on. I usually don't use this much on there. All right, so, and I'm gonna go a little bit out this time just to see those outside lines. I'm gonna leave that and see what that does as well. So I'm going to pick up my stencil carefully not to puncture your plate and not to leave little fingerprints on it. All right, so there's my A. I'll set that down so it can dry. All right, move this so it's not in the way. All right. So this fabric is cotton. So I'm not really going, you know, for that first print, I was more so moving like this, like down, up, down, up. And even as I'm doing that, you can see how the fabric is moving. So this one, I kind of kept my hand still and I'm working from the inside out. Hopefully it will be a little bit more crisp, but let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it. Okay, it's not bad, but it's not as vibrant. So what I would do here, I would let this dry, and after it's dried, I would go back in and I would paint over it just to get the vibrant color that I really want, that I know this will do, okay? When you're printing on fabric, and especially if you're doing it with acrylic paint, one tip is, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but acrylic paint on fabric makes the fabric extremely stiff, okay? Super stiff. So one thing you can use, you can go and get like a fabric medium, and that's just like Michael's have it, Hobby Lobby have it. I'm not sure if Walmart carries it, probably not. You're probably better to stick to your art stores. Dick Blick, Utrecht, they have fabric medium. Another thing that I read, I haven't tried it out myself, but I read that you could use another paint medium. I think it's, let's see, medium gloss, that added with your acrylic paint will make it more fabric paint-like and not as stiff as acrylic paint. So that is how you print on fabric. It's really basically the same as, let's see, it's really the same as paper, really. You just have to, you know, it's a little bit more delicate than paper. It won't, you know, paper will slip, but fabric will really slip. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and conclude the video now. I'm at 24 minutes and I'm going to, this will be a part 1 and I'm gonna do maybe a part 2 or part 3. All right, guys, thank you for joining in. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. My email address is artbyjesshill@gmail.com. Again, that's artbyjesshill@gmail.com. All right, thanks guys for making art with me. Bye.